Colin Wolf. And the Protoss player spawning to the top of the map. Polar Knight is map number 2. And look at that, a pylon in the main base for the Jin Air Green Wings player.
Jin Air Green Wings Pigbaby.
Don't get too cocky yet, Star Fox. He's actually going to possibly proxy an Oracle later, or a Dark Shrine, or multiple gateways.
Yeah, and we have also Reality keeping his SCVs a little bit closer to home in game number 2. Starting to the bottom right for Samsung Galaxy, it is
Samsung Galaxy Reality.
Looks like he thought about making a barracks next to the depot, then didn't, so he may go CC first here. You see that he sent that SCV up to this depot, then didn't make anything, and he's like, oh yeah, wait, no, I'm doing CC first on this map.
You know, when I was thinking about it, like, Reality definitely the player who benefited the most from the change in the team name. It sounds like really smooth.
Yeah.
It's like a poem now.
Samsung Galaxy Reality. Yeah, I like that.
That's not too bad. Like, he was probably really happy when that happened.
I like the change because Khan sounds like some sort of like
sounds like Star Trek.
Russian warlord, or like something from Star Trek, or like that one Pokemon that had like the thing in its pouch. But I like Galaxy better. I have a Samsung phone, so I'm about it.
All of them got a Note 3 as well.
Yeah, I saw that, and they also got the gear.
I don't know what the gear is like. What is that?
So basically, it's a watch that it gives you all sorts of different notifications that you can get from your phone. You can also read like text, and you get previews on it, and it syncs with your phone like through Bluetooth or maybe some sort of other technology that Samsung has.
So basically, it's a
smartwatch.
It's a fun gimmick that is kind of useless after the first 3 days.
I think the thing is, like, I played around with it in the store. I have a watch, so like I don't want to have it, but if I didn't have a watch, I would have considered it. You can actually like answer it and talk into it, I believe, to like, you know, do quick little calls,
or you can just take a phone and do that.
You can also do voice commands and stuff with it, so it's like you don't take it out of your pocket.
I think it's pretty nice if you have like a big note and you have like a handbag or whatever. Like for a girl, that sounds really useful. You have the phone in your bag the entire time, and then you have like a little bit of easy access to most of the common functions with it.
Like for example, if my phone vibrates in my pocket, I'm carrying a bunch of stuff, and I want to just be like, what is that? Like I don't want to check it. I just look at the watch, and it's like a Facebook message. I'm like, it's not important, and then I just keep doing whatever I'm doing. But anyway, as it is, like, it's a pretty cool gadget, but like you said, a little bit gimmicky, I guess.
Yeah, but thinking about it, I feel the one reason for me why I would never buy a Note is because it's just too big for me, and I would have to carry it somewhere else and not in my just pants. So that's one of the things where I actually think you can do something with that. Talking about doing something, the bunker just finishing in the nick of time, but the Stalker just moves into the main base, and there's a Mothership Core, a Zealot and a Stalker in the main base. And that's not the three of them walking into a bar and
that's exactly what I was going to say, man. This is actually not going to be a joke. This is very serious.
Yes.
Stalker Micro, on the other hand, not serious at all. Will he just recall? No, he saves him with the Mothership Core.
Run, Forrest, run! No, he doesn't run fast.
Yeah, that was, well, he's actually doing a lot of damage here.
Yeah, I guess.
He's a target that Mothership Core could have done a lot more unless the second Stalker walks into the bar.
This story kind of ends like a Zealot, Stalk, and a Mothership walk into a Terran player's base and end the game. I mean, we're not there just yet, but this is not looking too healthy here.
No, yeah. Where's the punchline?
I mean, he lost 2 Stalkers, he lost a single Zealot, he took down so many Harvesters. We have
10.
22 against 14 now, and there is still a Stalker doing damage. So the problem really being that the expansion is not up for Pigbaby, and Reality, even though he lost a lot, is now in a position where he first of all can hold. And the problem really is we have two mules already.
Yeah, he got the SCV though. That was pretty nuts.
I'm still not sure if that's really worth it.
I don't think it's worth it because
he lost too much.
He lost a lot of gas from that, and if the Mothership Core had died, it would have definitely not been.
But I like that. Apparently he wants to go into the fast third base since he now contains his opponent.
What does he do with that SCV slinging down there like that? Oh, did it just spawn from the CC? That would make sense. But
you know, that is actually going to be a really nice move if he goes for a fast third base because he realizes that his opponent has no chance of putting pressure on him. That would be great. He can. That is actually a really good move. I think this is the best thing that Pigbaby could have done in this situation because the original trade in the main base was not as good as it looked at first.
Pigbaby, it's one of my favorite things in Starcraft when you can find a player who, if you had the names blocked and you watched him play, you could tell it was him. Like that's Pigbaby for me. I look at this play and I'm like, that third Nexus is like the most Pigbaby thing Pigbaby could have ever done, but it's so smart and it really may mess with Reality here. I don't know why he's killing those rocks.
This is just like super good. We have 2 command centers, and with the mules that you have, you can definitely make up for 10 harvesters lost. That's easy for a Terran player. And with 2 stalkers lost and the zealot, that was a trade where it's like, maybe just. The Marines, on the other hand, limiting his army supply, and with that, Pigbaby knows, okay, you can't move out, you can't put pressure on me, I'm actually going to contain your base for a little bit longer. If I get a fast third right now and play it super greedy, what are you going to do about it? Like, nothing.
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned that he's trying to go into Forge and Twilight Council behind this, though. Because if Reality gets a whiff of it, there's a third base, and he's trying to do too much tech behind it, then he's going to be in trouble. It's, again, like, very Pigbaby-esque to do something like this, take all the risks in the book. But he will add gateways, and, Parting used to do a build that's very similar to this all the time, without doing the pressure, and transition fine. So with the pressure you put on, may work out for him, but he's got to be careful. His Stalkers on the Watchtower taking some hits.
Taking some hits here, and those gateways are not done just yet. More and more units coming into play now, of course, and with the Mothership Core, he can also go for the Photon Overcharge, which he will need. The third is not spotted. This is something that Reality apparently doesn't expect.
Mothership Core not ready. 95 energy here. Needs 5 more. A few more seconds.
Yeah, he doesn't know that though, but now we have the Mothership Core moving in. Photon Overcharge. Pilot goes down. Here we go.
There's the overcharge, and Force Field's missed here. Does not get very many units.
Actually, the Force Fields don't kill a single unit. Like, the Marine even squeezes through the 2 of them. So that was not difficult for him. And he doesn't think there's a third.
Yeah, he doesn't realize that. Now the gateways are going up.
And now he can start warping in units. If not for that, if Reality would have moved over to the third base immediately, he could have sniped it.
That's the Artosis pylon right there. Gotta be careful about that. That actually may come into play later with drops. But yeah, he doesn't think there's a third base. And basically what Pigbaby has shown him doesn't make him think there's a third base either. He probably thinks it's just double Forge on the main.
It's so funny as hell. Like, if Reality would have walked to the right side of the map with the 1 Marine, he could have taken out that base without a problem in the world. No energy on the Mothership Core anymore. The gateways were not up. He could have sniped the third and moved back. But as is, great position for Pigbaby. Really good position. He has Blink nearly completed. He has, I think, 6 or 7 gateways already. We have him with a small army on the field that can hold over Terran push for now. And he has 3 bases, a really strong economy. 59, 62 harvesters by now against 43, a 20 harvester supply lead. And that gives him a huge boost in the income.
Yeah. And actually, with the scout, with the scan in the main, with seeing those gateways, he might actually be thinking it's a +2 armor charged Zealot Archon type push coming off of 2 bases, because that's what Pigbaby would do. So he's probably actually thinking, alright, I'm just going to keep pressuring. I don't think he suspects with seeing those gateways like that it's the third base. And he starts his own third very late.
Yeah, starts his own third base, and the Marines are now on the way to the top once again. The Bio Army here, but 17 Stalkers already. The army supply is identical for the 2 players. The +2 attack upgrade, on the other hand, only started for the Protoss. We have double upgrades for the Terran, but forward pylons to the left side are starting to go down. And just now, the third base, as you already pointed out, started for Reality, who also just now gets his first medevac. So he sees that third base, but it's already too late. This is something that Pigbaby can easily defend now.
He didn't even click on the patches. He might not realize this has been up for a while. Ghost Academy goes up here. Remember, he has a ton of Stalkers. He's like only Stalkers, basically. A Stalker-heavy army with Guardian Shield, +2 attack. Going to be finished in a second. He also has Blink. And a few probe kills here, but not very much. Blink actually on top of this army. Where's the Guardian Shield? Actually, with the Blink, it does not come into play.
Yeah, well, there we have it. But now those Marines and those Marauders, they are going down slowly but steadily. Another round of Warbits is going to cut off the retreat path for the rest of the Marines. He can just blink forward once again and end this, and that's what he does. He's taking down everything that his opponent has, and he's still mining from 3 bases, while a Zealot at the left side of the map is delaying that third base for Reality even more.
Yep. This is actually looking like he could just go and try to end the game here with his Stalkers.
He can at least force a cancel on the command center.
This composition, don't try this at home, by the way. Pure Stalkers with Blink with +2. This is actually something that only Pigbaby can make happen with the game that we have with the Fast Third Nexus. It's not a good composition to make, but it works out in this case.
Blink microware? There we go.
Yeah, there he goes. Now Blink's going to trap that unit in the medevac there, and I think that actually was just going to be game. 105 versus 68 supply here.
42 army supply against 20. He's chasing him away, taking down the medevacs. The really, really expensive units that we have for the Terran player at this point in time. Pigbaby, he takes it. He takes game number 2 and brings us into map number 3.
The third base going up gave him so much extra gas, and that's why he was able to make that overwhelming amount of Blink Stalkers. Again, I stress, like, do not try this at home. If you're actually trying to improve your Protoss versus Terran, you want to go for a Charged Zealot composition against that bio, not the Blink Stalkers. But with the Blink, he also had the ability to shut down drops.
You can say about Pigbaby what you want, but one thing is always true. His games are never boring.
Never boring. And really, honestly, a smart move to go for the fast third Nexus like that. Risky, but I mean, it's Pigbaby. He wouldn't be Pigbaby if he wasn't taking risks all the time.
It was the smartest thing that he could have done. As we said earlier already, if you do not get that third Nexus, you might actually fall behind against the Terran player who already has 2 CCs. But in this scenario, he knew he could get the Nexus. He got a little bit lucky with the Reality not scouting earlier if there is a third base. But this is the move that he needed, and he went for it immediately. So it gave him the win in game number 2, and therefore a third game and the option to go to the Premier League still.
And Frost is our third map, my favorite map actually in the pool right now. Really been enjoying watching the games on it, playing them at home as well. And it's an epic map for game number 3. It's going to be probably, we're going into late game, Storms, Colossi, choke points, third bases. I'm excited.
Pigbaby is mutating into a wild boar here, and he might actually take Reality on the tusks if the Terran player isn't careful. Game number 3 approaching at the GSL, the WCS Challenger League in Korea. Colin Wolf.